pathway lonely or all alone. We wouldn't mind being all one. That's good. As a matter of fact, you would rather have yourself put together. But we're human beings in the sense of this is the body that we have, this is the chemistry that we have. We have the hormones of a human being. We have the thought processes of a human being. Even though a lot of us are much more than merely humans, that's a fact. But we still go through the emotions and still go through what we go through as inherent in the human body that we have and the human experience that we're going through in the world and in society and whatever nation or place that we're staying in. Well, there are things that are already set up that it's already set up that we would want to have a mate, and that's scientifically and societally. So I'm breaking it down that the thing that's destroying a lot of people is that they're not able to listen to their heart. They don't trust their heart. You understand? And they're confusing their heart with weakness because their heart has taken a few daggers or gone through whatever they went through. But your heart isn't weak. Your heart is very wise, it's very smart, and it's very strong. You understand? And it'll tell you but you have to learn how to listen to how it speaks. It doesn't speak how most people think it speaks. You understand? Because if you look at it, a lot of the situations that we deal with, even when it comes down to dating or people want to become, let's say you want to take a longer walk with someone in marriage and all of that, right? You're dealing with the fact that you see this person as worthy of spending your life with. You enjoy their company. You like them for what they look like. Whatever it is that what you're doing it for, you want to take this journey with them. You have to understand, first of all, that there's nothing wrong with that. Even if you've been made out to look like a fool, even if you've gone out bad or whatever, there's nothing wrong with the fact that you saw this person as worthy, especially when you're dealing with mutualism, where the person also saw you as worthy. Now, you may be dealing with some other beings who they don't like the monogamous reality, and that doesn't sit right with you. Maybe they like the polygamy reality, or maybe they can't sit still. They gotta go out, and they always doing this, that, and the third, what we call cheating, right? Maybe you're dealing with those types of realities. The truth is of the matter, though, is it doesn't mean that your heart is weak. It means that your heart is powerful enough to feel that. All right. Now, when you associate the mindsets of the things that we have, sometimes it'll affect it, but otherwise, your heart is going to tell you also when it's time to move forward, when the lesson has been learned. Okay. And people will blame the heart and say, I got to shut my heart down. Your heart didn't say shut down. Your heart said it's time to move forward or to protect itself. It says, yo, protect me from these blows. These are no longer lessons now. All right. These are blows that we're receiving. We've already learned what we need to learn. So sometimes it happens that way. You know what I'm saying? But your heart also allows you to see and realize and appreciate when you're in an agreeable relationship and you're in an agreeable space with someone, your heart will tell you this is good for us. This chemistry is good for us. The brain will release the chemicals to let you know what I'm saying? All the serotonin will be popping off and it'll be telling you, yo, I'm enjoying my existence with this person. Can we continue on? You understand? But most of the time, what is it that causes people to break these chemistries up or to break these relationships up? Most of the times it's circumstances or other people outside of them, which is still a part of those circumstances. Because when it's just them, there's no problem. But as soon as you start adding all these external things in, especially in a world where the society is moving in the opposite direction of the heart, the society is moving in the opposite direction of natural development of human beings, well, then there's going to be problems. All of us, you're going to have experiences where people are coming from all these different backgrounds and belief systems, and they're going to clash. But they love each other. But the world that they're in is telling them that they shouldn't be together, and they'll listen to the world, which means it'll go with the logic side or the pater side versus the water or the mater or the soul side, the source side that says that you rock with that person, and that person may have been created for you. You understand? Which we'll get into some of that as well. All right. So the thing about this room is no, don't turn to heartlessness. That's another thing don't turn to heartlessness. I don't care what anybody says. You have more power when you can decide that you're going to continue to love. I don't care if 70 people hurt you. You got more power to be able to love the 71st one that comes around. All right. And if that 71st one, you have the power to give anybody that comes into your life, all right, the benefit of the doubt. That doesn't mean that you turn off every other piece of you, though, including your intuition and your wisdom that flows through you to be able to acknowledge red flags and shut them down when you see them. That's a whole different conversation. Because as soon as you see those red flags, you should shut them down. Most of the time we don't. You understand? And we're creators. We're creators of our own kind. So a lot of times we'll see a red flag, but we can see that that red flag is only existent in that frequency as we're able to see it. And we would like to see it another way. So we want to shape it or form it or create it better into a whole another shape or a whole nother substance or a whole nother frequency. But the red flag is still a red flag. It's still there. And then it'll come back around and say, well, didn't we already showed you the frequency of the realm red. Hey, this is this is an error. You understand? But most of the time we don't want to listen to that. But that's just a choice that we have. So remember that your heart is a powerful piece of you. Don't ever let somebody convince you. This world is trying to convince people to turn their heart off. But this is what we also told people was going to happen. You understand? So the condition of this whole dating scene, you know what I'm saying, of modern day time, all of this is a result of different ideologies, different belief systems, all right? They're clashing with each other, and they've been leading people further and further away from the science of love, because there's a science to everything. They led them away from the science of love. It's leading them away from the science of companionship, and then the science of what it means to actually be in a relationship or whatever types you're in. But most people don't believe in dating, not even, especially on a steady level, all right, or faithfully, as you call it, because that word is important when you say it. Or are you faithful? Are you full of faith? All right, and I'll explain it to you as we move forward, and hopefully it'll be clear. Okay, but they would rather, a lot of these people would rather just to subscribe to whatever trending, let the good times roll, let it all hang out, YOLO, whatever type of movement is out there. The hot girl versus the hot boy, the city girl versus city boys, all this other stuff. And that's all based off of the fact that most people were hurt. All right. Most of the people who go out and they're doing all these other things, they out there at the club all the time, they're trying to drown their sorrows. Instead of figuring out what's going on with them and heal it from whatever they went through, they're trying to drown their sorrows. And they still wind up leaving with someone. They still wind up connecting with someone. You still want the connection, but you're trying to convince yourself that it's easy for you to be heartless because you don't want to deal with the fact that you may have taken some daggers or dealt with some pain. All right. But that's just the easy way out. So a lot of these people, they've been hurt. All right, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, too many daggers to the heart, too many pain experiences that they went through, and now they want to shut down on everyone else, or like they say, hurt people, and you take it out on other people. How many people know people that have done that, or have done it yourself, or had it done to you, where you go into a situation, a relationship, and this person is bringing out everything that they think is a red flag, and you say, this is not me, I don't do this. It's not my thing. I don't do that. I don't know who hurt you, but I'm not here to do that. And they can't get past it because they don't trust anymore. And instead of dealing with the fact that they encounter a whole different being than you, they're going to take it out on you. And I wouldn't advise anybody to stay in that situation, even though you're a God and you can do whatever you will to. I wouldn't advise anybody to stay in that. You break away from that. Okay? Because you don't have to prove to anyone that they should be able to feel your vibration and see that you are who you are, if that's who you are. You understand? So you got a lot of people who injure, a lot of people who are broken. And now they set up these walls and they're just trying to protect this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with protecting yourselves. All right. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to protect themselves from whatever outside or external things could cause them any more pain or discomfort. All right. But that just means they also turned off their love. In most of these cases, people turn off their love altogether. They say, fuck niggas, fuck these beats, and they go on with no love. You understand? And then again, you still have to make these connections. Some people switch. I've seen this situation where people switch their whole sexual orientation just because some people hurt them from another sexual orientation. They switch the whole different sexual orientation, and then they're going to find out that switching the sexual orientation didn't change anything, that you're still dealing with people. And until you find out how to deal with people or find out how to strengthen yourself, people are going to continue to go through these things because the world is set up to destroy love. All right? The world is set up to destroy love and to reinforce lust. That's all this world is set up, not the earth, but the world is not set up to serve the Most High or God, as you call it, or source or love energy so that it can perpetuate. That's not what it's set up for. If it was set up that way, you wouldn't have caste systems. You wouldn't have all these other things that are set up to say that we need energy to flow to the top, and whatever process we have to go through, including destroying humanity in that process, whatever process we have to go through, we'll do that just to continue to have our power. That's how this world is set up. And it trickles down. That's why the things that they say in the music industry, the songs that they drop, right, that affects the rest of the world. And affects, especially when you have people worshiping these people, these celebrities, these guys, and they're waiting for them to drop whatever it is off the top of that mountain so it rolls down onto their plates. And they say, okay, thank you. This is what we're going to eat. And they say, love, no love this summer, no love, just go out, have fun, all right, indulge in the delicacies of the harlot, fill yourself up with alcohol, go smoke, go play. This is playtime. If they hear that, if people hear that and they trust these people, then they're going to do that. You understand that? So these people have become cold. But again, it's something that we predicted for you. It's something that was put in the prophecies as well, all right, or put in certain stories, okay, when certain people spoke. If you go to Matthew, right, it had in Matthew 24, what did it say? Matthew 24:10. And then you go through 12. And what it say? It said many people will be offended. All right. And they said they were going to betray one another and that they was going to hate one another. And then they were telling you that there was many false prophets that was going to rise, that was going to fool people, that were going to deceive a lot of people. But the most important part about that, if you go and read Matthew 24:12, it said that because of all of the iniquity that was going to rise up, or they said shall abound, right? They said that the love of many was going to be wax cold, or it was going to turn cold. All right, or the frequency of love was going to be shut down. You understand? So what are we saying when we say that? Because we remember we told people, yo, a lot of people are going to pop up and say, didn't I do this? Didn't I say, get away from me? I know you're a worker of iniquity. You only disguise yourself to be coming in the frequency of the Most High. But you work of iniquity. It's happening in most of these communities as well. If you pay attention to how I speak on certain things that lead people to iniquity. But what does that mean? If you hear me speak in a lot of these rooms, I'll mention a very key word, okay? Because we're talking about going within the merit of divine law, all right? Or we're merited off of how we are in alignment with divine law. Then that means that there's an opposite of that. And that divine law or that opposition would be in alignment with a word called lawlessness, okay? So the world is being pushed into lawlessness, and then heartlessness is tied into that. You understand? So if you remember, I told you that this world is programmed or directed in that direction, is moving in that direction. And everything that most of these government officials and these politicians, all these things that they're fighting for, every bill that they pass, most of these things, what are they pushing for? All those things are reinforcing lawlessness, okay? Or immorality. And it's being disguised as liberation. But that's the devil, as you call it, the opposition. And that's why I say pay attention to the energies that these different political parties come with. All right. I was even paying attention to how I was moving on Instagram. I realized the brother Talib Kweli, which he doesn't remember me, but I remember him. That's how it happens most of the time. Okay. He doesn't remember me, but I remember him. I remember when I encountered him where before the brother Young Pharaoh had blocked me on Instagram. Right. I encountered him and Young Pharaoh. They were arguing about who had more clout, who was making more money, you know what I'm saying, doing what they were doing. And I stepped in and I said, yo, this is not what we're supposed to be doing. I said, y'all have a platform. You're supposed to be using your platform to continue to inform people. All right. I said, if people want to know where a lot of this information is coming from, that people are sitting here arguing and bickering over it, I said, go and look into who Malachi York is. And that's when Young Pharaoh came out and spoke out against Malachi York. All right. And then he was in the comments, though, and was saying, we don't support this, that, and the third and on this page. And then I was letting him have it. He blocked me. You understand? And then I know Talib, he probably didn't remember me. So then it comes back around where a video of mine goes viral. Okay. And then Talib picks up on it. He follows me. And the video was saying, delete all your killing songs. Okay. Turn away from this industry that's telling you to kill yourselves and destroy yourselves. Get rid of that frequency. And he followed me and he posted on his page. But every time he would post something, I started to realize every time he was posting something from then on, it was something about white supremacy, or it was something about, you know what I'm saying, the left rhetoric. And it was interesting to hear it because, you know, it's a frequency that comes with that we should be more aware of, especially the woke people, that if you were going to jump to any political party, it would not be the left. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were going to, it just wouldn't be them. That's just how it is. You know. If you don't, you don't. You understand? So anybody who's spewing hate Trump, you know what I'm saying, or fuck Trump and all this other extra stuff, it's like they didn't know what they were talking about. You don't know what's going on. I'm talking about on the scientific level. You don't know what's going on a historical level. You don't know who Trump's people are. You don't know anything about Tesla. You don't know anything about his uncle. You don't know anything about what's going on for real. And you think that these people are just random people walking around here. All right? And that means that you're not aware. So I had a video on my page, and it wasn't just speaking to him. I speak to anybody that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm breaking these things down for. And I said, anybody who's claiming to be woke, if all you can do is teach people about white supremacy and tell them white supremacy, that's why I did a room on, you know what I'm saying, white supremacy, because all these people I'm hearing talk about white supremacy, I said, if that's all you can do, then you're not woke, because that's not what we're dealing with here. You understand? We're dealing with a deeper problem, and it's rooted in ourselves. It's embedded in ourselves. That's what that problem is. And then he unfollowed me. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that he unfollowed. I said, okay, cool. I unfollowed. You know, and I already know, because you can't, there's no way you're going to continue to be able to walk with me, because you would have known it from the jump. You understand? So they can't stand with me. And I get it. But my point is just that when you're dealing with these different political parties, they're going to come with an energy. And anybody associating themselves with them parties, you better beware. Because it would be no other reason to unfollow me. I never disrespected him. I never said anything out of the way against him. All right. But they believe in these parties and they believe in a rhetoric and they believe that if I don't stand with the rhetoric that they've been taught or they've associated themselves with or invested themselves into, as woke as they would claim to be, that I must be opposite them or the enemy of them, or they must run away from me and not work with me. And again, these ain't even their parties. All they have is agendas of other people that they can push for and speak about. Where are our agendas? You understand? And anybody standing there, not gonna stand with me again. Why wouldn't you stand with me? You know who my father, you know who Malachi York is. You understand? You know who that is. So why wouldn't you stand with me? You understand? But that's the thing about it. Notice the energies when they come in is what I'm saying to you. Okay? Because that's what the different political parties will have with them. And I can break it down to you like the word Democrat. When you say Democrats, I was the one who told people that. I was the one who, if you want to know where the word Democrat came from, it was me. But they didn't, they always, what they wind up doing, a lot of people always do this. They take it, they run with it, but they don't even realize why it's being said or what was the whole purpose of it. Because I didn't just say Democrat because it looked good or sound good. I said it was Democrats. I was the one who told people, no, these are demon crafts. You understand? All right, meaning what? Not just so you take this word and you support your political narrative because you believe in this, that, and the third. No, demon crafts. All right, as in what the frequency of demon vibrates as today. All right, not daemon, which is what some of you might be thinking of, where it derived from. I'm talking about the you know what I'm saying, the spirit guides and all this other stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying demon as in what it means today for a people is what I was vibrating on when I broke that code. And I said, and the craft, which means the works. So I'm saying demon craft, not just demon cracked. You know what I'm saying? I laugh when people ran off with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I did a song even back in 2020, okay, that I had a shirt on my page and it said Trump 2020. Okay, and I had a song that was called MFN, all right, and it was saying a lot of things. I said y'all only voted for Obama because his motherfucking skin, and I was saying all kind of stuff. I said cut off the neck of Baphomet and watch that motherfucker spill. Like, I was breaking all kind of stuff down in that song. If you ever go and hear it, okay. But I put that picture up, that video up on purpose. I was already letting people know to see, and that under that caption, I was making certain things clear, including the demon craps. That you're dealing with people who are doing the works of demons is what I'm saying. And you'll be able to see that if you wanted to see it, but people don't want to see it. They would rather look at this realm only through their desires or what they would like it to be without seeing it for what it is. And how is these people come with devilish plans and you can't see it? All right, they come up under devilish numbers and they come up under devilish sayings. Why do I say that? When they say they were fighting for the soul of the nation, wasn't I pointed it out to you? I said, you better pay attention. Because they're telling you the truth. If they say that they're fighting for the soul of the nation, they're not saying they want to fight to keep the soul of the nation alive. They're saying they're fighting so they can have dominion over the soul of the nation. All right? That's what it's a war was taking place right in front of you. The soul of the nation, the Trump presidency, all these people you had, people I told you by name, Angela Stanton. Look at the name, Angela Stanton, Angel. All right. And I know her personally, met her personally and everything. And she was standing on the side of Trump. I said, pay attention. They're trying to make everybody who stands on the side of Trump look crazy or sound crazy because Trump is dealing with a whole different frequency. It's not politician. It's not politics. It's a whole different science to it. And you got to pay attention. People weren't listening. I said, look at Kanye. They're trying to make him seem crazy. They wouldn't listen. I said, now they want to try to make Angela look crazy. They deactivated her page and everything. You understand? She had 300-some thousand followers. They took it from her. Same thing they did to Riza Islam, and they will do that again if people ain't paying attention. That when we come up under certain frequencies, you got to know who we are because they'll try to make us sound like we're the oddball or we're crazy. And in many ways, we are the oddball. All right, and yes, we are crazy if you're saying the word insane because we're inside of our sanity, and these people are out of their minds. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? So look at the hidden messages they come with. You know what I'm saying? They say, we fighting for the nation, the soul of the nation. What's another thing they said? Oh, we're here to build back better. As soon as them folks said build back better, my brain was like 666. You understand? And I'm not talking about the letters and the words. I'm saying if you were to type out right now, okay, type in lowercase BBB, the initials of what they saying, or the letters for the beginning letters of what they saying, build back. Just type it into your keypad. Somebody do it. BBB. All right, type it in your keypad and tell me you don't see 666. All right. And those are the same ones. Just look at what they coming up under. Look at all the things that they're doing. If you were paying attention, all the things that they were doing around that time and all the things they were speaking out against too. And the ones who were coming in alignment up under them, your Tamika Mallory's, if you go and look and see her picture in the ID, right? The ID magazine where the ID is like the wink of the eye, but they're closing the right eye. You understand? And then they had her put up the fist to her right eye to cover the right eye. You understand? And if I ask people, when have you ever seen somebody throw up a fist like that? What's the purpose of that? Why do they have people cover their eye up? What does that represent? I'm not saying it represents evil, but do you know what it means to cover up the right eye? What allegiance you're making? You're making allegiance to the left. And that's why these people are called leftists. Or you talk about leftism or the left. Is not the right way to go. And people could think it sounds as biased as you want it. I'm a melanin dominant brown skinned person, 23 years old from Atlanta, Georgia. The fuck I gotta be a Trump supporter for? All right? Wouldn't it make more sense for me to just do what everybody else does and just become a part of the Democratic orientation and follow behind these people who've been leading our people blind for over, 100 years now? All right? And they said it would be longer than that. Johnson said it would be longer than that he could have these people up under the spell. All right, to make you think that these people are for you. And they'll give you different faces and people to hold different spaces. But all of these people are working against you. All right? So if it was easy for me to do that, why didn't I just do that? That's why I told people pay attention. When people were unfollowing me and everything, calling me coon, I got called all kind of stuff. I said, I'm not here to support Trump. I'm here to break down to you what's going on for real. And I couldn't even get them to pay attention. They were so stuck on the word Trump that they couldn't even realize that word was important. It was a trumpet, and it was being blared out all around the world. All right? The whole world knew what day and time it was when Trump took the office. The whole world knew. You understand? And the only ones who didn't know was the ones at the bottom who following behind, picking up these Fruit Loops behind the Democrats who keep dropping the little pits and breadcrumbs over here, breadcrumbs, and keep making you the same reparation promises. Say we're going to protect you from the police, the same police who they, they stand behind at the end of the day, all right, for their security, the same ones who they back at the end of the day, no matter how much they try to say they don't, you right? The same ones who scream no justice, no peace, and will go off on you about lighting some shit on fire, but in the same statement, they saying no justice, no peace. You didn't get no justice. You raised hell, and they still scream no justice, no peace. These people are under a spell, all right? And that's what I'm telling people. You break that. And what they say they're here to do? Oh, we want to liberate people. How you know that? Because they coming up on the liberal word, all right? We here to liberate people. They call themselves liberals, all right? But there's another side of that war, and they're called the conservatives. Now, we know what it means to liberate, right? We know what that means. What does it mean to liberate? It means you make somebody free or you set somebody free, like the book was saying. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That's what it means to liberate. You're supposed to be setting somebody free, all right? But what does the word conserve mean? It means to protect you from harm. If I want to protect somebody from harm or protect something or someone from harm, all right, I'm conserving. All right, so you understand? When you were even taught to say the pledge in school, what did they say at one point? And to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The republic is the original setup. I'm not talking about no democratic. The republic is the original setup. And through your being up under God, whatever that was for you and however you were able to overstand it, it should have led you back to love. It should have led you back to the divine law. If it didn't, then that wasn't the God that we were talking about. All right? They said that if you were able to stand up under that, with you being up under God, the liberty and justice for all would have been achieved. And it tells you that in your holy books, and I'll get to it eventually, all right? But as long as lawlessness continues, all right, to spread out through all these places in the world, then that liberty, and especially in America, the liberty and justice won't be possible. I'm talking about on a collective level, not just for you and somebody. No, the liberty and justice won't be possible collectively. And there will be way too many movements, organizations, narratives, beliefs, practices, all these ways of life. And unless all of them were up under God, all right, leading them back to divine law, then they will be divisible. But when that one nation is under God, they said you'll be indivisible, not able to be divided. Okay? Undivisible, not divisible. You're not able to be divided. So the key question is, are we striving for individuality? Okay? Or are we striving for indivisibility? Okay, when you say those two words, both of them have the division rooted in them, but they're not the same word or meaning. So one is saying, I am divided away from the all, which when we were given our affirmation coming up, we would say, I can succeed as a part of the all and fail as an individual. All right, I can succeed as a part of the all and fail as an individual. All right, what does it say? Individual. You write out the word individual, say the word out, write it out, however you got to do it. That's the mission of the evil one, as people call it, to come in and divide you out. come in and divide you all. That's their key. That's their mission. That's what they're here to do. That's the same thing these governments are set up for. Why they tell you they want to control your mind, govern your mind, and divide you all. That's why they tell you in the same stories, these stories of valor, these stories of victory. What do they say? They say what? Or if you want to conquer somebody, you got to divide them. All right? And that other word that you have, that indivisibility, it says what? We can't be divided. We're undivisible, indivisible, which means because we have a vision of unity, we can't be separated or broken up. And that's when it comes to relationships too. I'm talking about intimate relationships, friendships, all that. When you're able to be on one accord or stand together and connect with each other, what I say when I'm saying one accord, you can say chord as in a music note. Like if we play a chord, these things are playing in unison. All right, these notes are coming together and they're letting off a beautiful sound. You understand? So if you're standing on one accord, you can't be broken up. That sound will be in unison, unison, up under one sun, up under God. And then what else I'll tell you? That when you say the word chord, you're saying something else. A chord is something that connects one thing to another. Okay? So if we're in alignment or on one accord, we'll be tied together. Like it tells you in your holy books, Genesis 2:24. It said, therefore shall a man leave his mother and his father, and say that he's supposed to cleave on to his wife, and that they will become one flesh when they did that. All right? But don't tell me soul ties don't exist, or tell me soul, like the other brother was on Instagram talking about soul ties isn't in the Bible, unless you want to admit you don't understand what that means, to cleave, or what a soul tie is really. All right? What does it actually mean? Because a cleave means to tie into something, literally. If I tell you, hey, go cleave onto that, or cling onto that, it means to tie in, or it means to glue onto something, or to stick to something, or intertwine with something. All these things are talking about the same thing that the ancients was telling you. Don't say soul ties don't exist. Go back and read your book, and it'll explain to you all throughout it that the soul ties exist. And they told you to make those ties, but you have to make them on a sacred level. You understand? It has to be a purpose for it, a scientific reason. If we say be fruitful and multiply, we said be fruitful and multiply. We never said just be fruitful. We never said just do this, just do that. Everything we told people to do, it was a purpose behind it. Okay? So even if you go Genesis 2:7, which I speak of a lot, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence, what mankind is doing, all of that, the science of life, breath, ruach, the spirit. All right? What do I say? In Genesis 2:7, you go find where it was written that they, after they formed the God and made the man out of the dust of the ground, what they say? That they breathed life into man and he became a living soul. That's the soul tie. So once you make a union with someone on one accord, your power increases. I hope people get what I was breaking down. Because if you're cleaving on to your wife or cleaving on to your mate, and your mate is a soul and you're a soul, and to cleave on means to tie in or to tie to or stick to, then you're making a soul tie. Don't let anybody tell you it's not in the book. All right? They just want to push, again, the war will be, they try to push spirituality away from it. And then the spiritual people try to push religion away from it. And both of them have to understand that they both go hand in hand. All right? Or we won't get anywhere. Those people won't, at least, because we're going somewhere. You understand? So I tell you, go read these scriptures, write them down when I call them out. I ain't just doing it so it can sound good. Write them down so you go read it for yourself, especially if you're coming from that orientation. But if you're not coming from the religious orientation, I'm going to tell you something else. That you need to have these chapters overstood. If you don't read anything from the books well, I would tell you to read the whole Quran, but again, it's really extensive, so people don't want to do that. All right? I would tell you to read Genesis of the Bible and Matthew of the Bible, and then Revelation of the Bible. The beginning, the middle, and the end is what I would advise you to read. Because if you don't have those at least overstood, you ain't able to have a biblical conversation with these people. You can't wake nobody up. You can't teach nobody anything about the Bible. Thanks. You don't know the first thing about it, or the second thing about it, or the third thing about it. You read those stories so you can have an understanding of the genealogy part, which will explain to you so much science in the beginning, they call it. Okay, and then you read the story of one of the accords of a gospel of someone who walked through, who was an extraterrestrial person, documented, and said that he had all these abilities, and he was telling people he had connections with people who came from out of Earth, out of the planet. He was able to do all these different things, connect with people who already passed on. When he went on a mountain and met with some people who were standing and hopping off a ship, when he met with who was it, Enoch or Elijah and Moses, whoever the two witnesses were supposed to be to return. Okay, that whole story of, and they differ over who it is. Okay, but I think it was Elijah and Moses who he went up and met with. Okay, and you can fact check me on that. I don't mind. But you go and read these stories as an extraterrestrial person. That's what they're talking about. Somebody who did not come from the earth. You read that story, and then you go read Revelation. And you should be able to see that this is not some spiritual thing. This is something that's playing out as we're talking. So how do they know all these things is going to come? If you call it predictive programming, the last thing I would think for someone who could call it that would mean it would be that you didn't want to know the programming that they have predicted. If they predicted all of that, wouldn't you want to know what they're planning? Or do you want to just continue to watch it play out if this was something that they predicted? Because you're not saying what you think you're saying. They were predicting the program. They didn't program anything. But if you thought it was like that, I'm curious as to why you thought you weren't supposed to read it and figure out everything. If you had anything that you could do to stop it, if this was their plan. But you realize when you read it that the plan does not benefit the devil. The program that you read in that book that you saying is so irrelevant, it doesn't benefit the opposition. It only benefits the people of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? And that's important for people to know. Okay? So when he told you in Matthew 18:19, it said, well, I say unto you that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. But what's the most important part about it? All right, you go Matthew 18:20. It says, for where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. So when you come and you cleave onto your wife, or you come together and you become one flesh, or you date somebody and you start taking things steady, okay, which means the rhythm starts to balance out between the both of you, okay? That's a power that you have. How many people know that you can manifest all you want? You ain't seen no manifestation until you manifest next to someone or with someone or conjoined with someone. Manifestation on that level is a whole different, but the problem is that people are already doing it, but they don't realize what they're manifesting. They manifest in low vibration beings and entities. They pulling through all kind of things. They don't know what they're doing. They jumping in bed, jump out, jumping in bed, jump out. And that's not to condemn anybody. It's just that the science will show you that that's not healthy. But then if it's not healthy, then why are the commercials and the movies and the songs telling people that that's the way to go? So don't worry about, man, forget all that love shit. Nigga, just be running lust. And we all know that when we're operating from the lust mind, we don't always make the best decisions, which is why that's one of the hardest things of mankind to come over. The lesser part of themselves that doesn't make the best decisions. Because when it comes down to aligning yourself with the plan, okay, or the divine plan, or the plan of the ancient ones, or the plan of God, or the plan of the Elohim, you have to be making that decision consciously. Okay, that takes a lot of work. The same way science tells you it's easier to go from a level of higher concentration, pay attention, to a level of lower concentration. That's when you're dealing with pH and acid and all these other things as chemical bases of water and how the chemicals rise up to other acidic states. All right, when you're dealing with that, because water will be 7, neutral. It says it's easy. They say it's easy for you to go downward, but you can't. It's not as easy to go upward. So can't you relate to that in life? Isn't it easier to do the wrong thing, as you call it? Or isn't it easier to do something that doesn't require too much thought? Isn't it easier to be lazy? Isn't it easier to sit by and let life pass you by? Isn't it easier just to listen to what everybody else said? If they said fuck Trump, okay, well, I guess I'm supposed to say that too. Or they say he a racist, I guess I'm supposed to say that too. Or they say Faise One is out of his fucking mind, don't listen to him, this nigga too long-winded, he don't know what he's talking about. Well, I don't have my own mind, so let me, you know what I'm saying? Like when the other brother in one of the rooms said, fuck that nigga, he a bozo, all right? But then I listened to all these other people when they sent me them clips, and I listened to all these other people some of these people that came to me, asked me questions about sleep paralysis, they were having issues with beings, you know what I'm saying? And I was helping them out, reminding them and showing them what they should do. It was them same people who were standing on that stage, and they don't know I heard them, all right? But it was sent to me. It was same people sitting on that stage when that was said, and fuck that nigga, he a bozo. They say, yeah, man, well, I used to like him, but I don't fuck with him no more. Well, again, I remember these things because now we're dealing with the fact that I helped you. You understand? And because someone else has an issue with me, now you have to have an issue. It tells me that you don't have your higher mind activated. I don't blame you for it because that's the most of the world that we're dealing with. But when you have your higher mind activated, somebody can tell you, man, I don't like that nigga, man. I don't like that woman, man. Look, she do this, she do that, he do this, he do that. And you can say, well, they never did it to me. You understand? Whatever happened to that? They never did it to me. Well, they haven't wronged me. And if somebody hates you or has an issue with you because you don't hate somebody because they hate somebody, you need to let them go, not the person that they hate. Because if that person hasn't wronged you, understand? I'm talking about anything if it comes to race. Let's say you over there. I can count as many times as it happened to me. Are you working with over there with the white people? Are you talking about the white person who just cut me $25,000 to do a movie? Yeah, I'm working with them. Like, what are you talking about? And the movie allows for us to put out a positive message. You know what I'm saying? For us to push to the community. I told you, could I borrow $5? And I know you had it, but you told me no. You ask me if I'm over here working with, yeah, I'm over there working with them. Why? Because they are helping me. Not because they're white, not because they're black, because they are assisting me. They haven't done anything wrong to me. And they say the white man is the devil. That has nothing to do with me. If they do some devilish shit to me, then I'll say that's the devil. If they do some devilish shit and I'm able to attest to it and I can vouch for the fact that they did it, then that's the devil. But this person opens up their arms and they help me and they help my family and they help our communities. I don't care who they are. All right. When they open their arms to do that, like what Trump was doing, that's not the devil in that point. By every definition of the word, that's God. All right. Meaning they're moving in a way that says we want to help. We're moving in love. We're moving in order, not chaos. We're moving in concern. All right. Not disconcern. And we're moving to align, not to throw things out of course. And like the rest of these administrations are doing now, I guess people are asleep now. I guess there is no president. I guess there's nobody to be held accountable for the way that this shit is moving now. You understand? But again, you move together as one and you become more powerful. Don't turn your heart off. You turn your heart up. You get hurt, okay, that's cool. You push through it. You're gonna feel it. All right, you'll feel it. Trust me, you feel it. Now, if you have faith, you got a whole different weapon in the game. Listen. I'm going to tell y'all something, right? People really envy people with faith. But your faith has to be strong. The reason why they envy you is because you could just be done lost your mom. And you'll be in the church and you almost you having your tears, you almost to the floor. And somebody's saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm sorry that this happened. And you could still look them in the eye and say, they with God. God has a plan. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. God got me. I know God is with me. I still praise the Lord. I still praise him. She with him now. She's in the bosom of Allah now. And those people try to laugh and joke when you're out of their presence and say that's crazy. But that faith, I'm telling you, they wish they had something to fall back on that was that strong or that powerful when things of crisis happen in their life. So they'll have crises, but they don't know who Christ is. So they have nothing to fall back on. And if they're not in tune with themselves, they don't even understand that part of Christ either. So it's harder for them. So if you have faith, you're already halfway there. Now what do you have to do? Put it in the works. You go through it. James 2:20. You go through it. You step through it. It's going to hurt sometimes. It'll strain sometimes. It's going to be a push. It's going to be a pull. There's going to be a tug of war. The same likened unto jihad inside of you, okay? There's going to be a tug of war. You're going to feel that pain. But you lean on your faith and you lean on the fact that you know that when all else fails, who do you have? If you have nobody else, who do you have? You have nafsa, yourself, the soul, ru'ah, that's still there. You came here like that. So you have companions that were already laid out. You have companions that were made from the same particles that you were made from. You have that. But what else do you have? You have you, the soul that moves through you. Never forget that. It's a hard thing to remember. And the reason why I say it's a hard thing to remember is because there's so many things that keep us busy day in and day out that's keeping us away from nafsa the self, keeping us away from remembering that we're here on a soul journey. Soul is solo. You know when you say the word solo, it's a solo journey. But you get to take that solo journey with someone else. So let me show you a science. If somebody says, don't call somebody your other half, that means you're not whole. You tell them to think again. If that's your other half, you're still whole. Because let me tell you something. If I take something that's let's say I take a candy bar, and it is what it is. We take a Hershey's candy bar, and what do? I break it in half. And if I break that candy bar in half, if I say, now, I have two holes. No, you have two halves. No, I have two holes. Because if you take the whole away, the half away that was the other half, then I'll still have a hole right here. You understand? That's still a whole half. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm giving you a science of is to call someone your other half is not an error. Is you saying that you see someone else who is on their solo journey, but you join together. You become conjoined and you walk the path together. And isn't it easier? They make things easier. You can get a house together. You can pay bills. All you have to do is do what? They said no matter what happens, just stay what? Faithful. But people don't have faith. That's why I told you earlier, we get back around to that word. People don't have faith. People don't have faith. They don't have the spirit energy they claim to possess. They don't know that it's okay to lean on that unknown and admit that you don't know and have faith. And then once you figure out that you don't know these things, you can build more trust in it. Because once it becomes fact that you figure out this does work, and now you can have even stronger faith in it. It doesn't mean to have blind faith. No, I wouldn't even tell you to walk by faith and not by sight, how people think it is. I wouldn't tell you to put on blindfolds and run in the forest. You understand? And try to, you put two people in the forest. You put one who got his eyes open, and you put one with their blindfold on him, okay? And you tell them, go run out and let's see who makes it out of the forest first. Okay, after this person recovers from all the bruises he gets from running into trees, then you're going to have to go and retrieve him after the other person makes it out first. I wouldn't tell you to walk that way. But what we mean is we're saying to, when you have these things that are in front of you that you think is the world is supposed to make all sense, and you're seeing it, you think that that's believing because somebody told you seeing is believing. No, you look deeper into that and you say, this is what this is, and there are certain things I don't know. I can have faith, though. You understand? I can have faith that these things will work. Now, once I find out which direction that faith is supposed to go in that benefits me most, then I'll realize more of what to have faith in. That's why people don't have it. It's more complicated than just saying, I believe. No, it's much more complicated than that. But once you get past the complications and the complexities, then it becomes more simple. You understand? So that's just not in your congregation alone or your neighbor or your friend. All right, that's dealing with if you choose to have a life partner. All right, you cleave on or you cling on to them. And this thing called life, like Jada, I told you in the other room, Jada and Will, they're a great example of that. You don't really know if they always at odds with it, but what you do know is you have some sort of example where they stand together. They stand together even when people were trying to tear them apart or trying to make Jada out to be this monster or trying to make Will out to be this weak person, which neither one is true. All right, neither one is true. If you really say or see and people or pay attention to how those people are, Will Smith is a very powerful person, and so is Jada. All right, he doesn't have to be Pop because he's Will, and he said that too. He wished he was able to make more connection with Pop instead of thinking about how he wasn't him and all this other situation that she had with him and all this other. No, he's a powerful person. He has the power of Will moving through him, and look at all the different characters he's played. I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many movies of Will Smith, but he nigga played a lot of movies. You know what I'm saying? You know, Hancock. You know, and it's a thing about it that he's a powerful person. He's able to take on different frequencies of energies at will. You know what I'm saying? So don't think he's some weak person because he loves. Love is not a weak thing. They try to make you seem weak because you love. All right? Now, that doesn't mean be no fool. It just means to everybody else so damn powerful now. Powerful is barbaric. Powerful is if you know what I'm saying, if you in the gym, powerful. But there's one thing that's missing from the world that we told you was coming, and now his love is gone. So if you are one of the few who still have that, hold on to it. I don't care how many people called you no clown or any of that. As long as you know that you can get up from anything and you have the choice to walk away from anything that isn't serving you, all right? Well, then you hold on to whatever you feel you need to hold on to. You can take whatever daggers you want to take. You can love someone to the end of the world if you want to. Ask people how they stayed together for 30 years. Ask people how they stayed together for 40 years. Talk to some of your elders. I do. You understand? Ask them how the marriage worked. I remember I asked my uncle, my great uncle, I said, yo, how long y'all been married? He said, 45 years, man. We've been married for 45 years. I said, 45 years? I said, how did y'all stay married for 45 years? It's a long time. He said, boy, that ain't no long time. He said, let me tell you like this. I'm gonna learn you something. He said, if you want to learn, if you want to stay together that long, he said, you got to make a choice. He said, you either want to be right or you want to be happy. And he told me that when I was like 14 years old, staying with him. We was going through our holiness thing. And I looked at what he was saying. He said, you want to be right or you want to be happy? I was like, damn, because a lot of what we move, especially men, we try to be right. We try to do this, that, and the third. But there's another thing of emotion that's there. That's like, at the end of the day, we were taught, don't ever go to bed upset with your mate. Y'all could have had a disagreement, but don't go to bed upset. Y'all can be mad as soon as the clock hit 12 or whatever in the noon or whenever y'all get up, 8 in the morning. Okay, you get up you can be mad again. All right, start again. But when you go to rest and you have to settle down, don't go to rest upset. Because think about it. If that were the last day that you saw them, no matter what they did, they cheated on you, they went out to the club, whatever they did that you didn't approve of, all right, if that was the last day that you saw them, and then you're laying down there and they didn't wake up, would you want the last thing that happened is that you was upset with them or you said some hurtful things to them? No, you wouldn't. So don't go to rest upset if you have a mate with you, if you have someone that you lay, I don't care if you're 20, I don't care if you're 30, 40, don't go to rest upset with your partner ever. Find a way to say, you can be mad as you want to be. You can say it with as much hatred as you want to say it, but say it, I love you. I fucking love you. You know, say it and roll over. But like, don't be upset. They reach over to hug you, let them hug you. Because you're at the end of the day, literally, when it's nighttime, at the end of the day, you still got somebody that you walk in this life with. And it's a hard life. This shit is hard here. It's rough. It's tough. All right, we haven't gotten this situation here rectified yet. It's tough. So you got a partner. You got a teammate. You know what I mean? Hold on to that and value it. Because a lot of people don't have that and they want it. And you can tell people, how you know people want it? Because as heartless as people want to be, what happens every year around Heart Day? The day that you know is supposed to be the day what happens every year when it comes back around? February 14th, we know the day. The same day that all these people were so heartless, what happens? Now they sad and now they depressed. And, you know what I'm saying? They taking fists to the head. And, you know what I mean? It's because you know you want love. Why do you lie to yourself then? You know, shut all these other people down and you having your fun. You got drinks in the air all year long. But then when it comes down to the day where you know people are going to be with the partner that they have in their life, no matter what they went through, some people be mad because I thought you hated that person. They really want you to hate them. You have friends like that too. You got to be cautious of that. You got friends that when you go through something with your girlfriend or your boyfriend and they only celebrate when y'all are going through downs, you know what I'm saying, the bad times, but they don't congratulate or appear happy for you at all when things are nice or when things are flowing right for y'all, okay? You need to get away from them because those people are miserable. Those people know that they would, if they were in your shoes, they would take them back or work through anything, worse things that you were going through. You understand? Worse things than that. So get away from those people because they don't want to see you happy. You know what I mean? So all these people are heartless, and then the Heart Day come around and everybody want to be in love, and now they sad, and they posting sad shit on their story. You know what I mean? Or they want to turn off and deactivate their page and I'm taking a break. No, you should take a break from the other side. Do it on the flip side. Maybe have a 1 day or two, you know what I'm saying, or 3 throughout your year where you go out and you do your thing and you whatever, if you need to reset and rebalance. But the truth is, you want a partner. You know you want a partner. Not everybody wants one, but you can tell who does. So go and get you a partner and you deal with them. Who do you think people are running through 30 people in a year and and then they say, well, niggas ain't shit. Well, you're dealing with 30 people and you haven't grown through anything. It's been 1 year. You know what I'm saying? You haven't grown through anything. You're just jumping from one person to the next. And you find out, oh, this nigga lied, or this nigga lied, that nigga lied. No, you set up a foundation, a firm foundation of what it is you want, who it is you want, and what type of partner you want. And you're going to have to take that walk. It's not going to be always bright. That's just the truth of it now. If I know this at this age and I ain't went through shit, I know some people in here feel me there. It's going to be a walk. You ain't going to be able to just get with somebody and say, hey, I like you too. Let's get married. Go right off into the sunset. All right. Now, the truth is, as much as people would like to think that that's what it is, the truth is, most people wouldn't even like it to be like that. And that's going to probably be a confusing science, especially to you men. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not telling you to go out and do no cheating stuff like that, but women like adventure. You know, they like challenge too, the same way niggas like challenge. You know what I mean? So it's going to be some ups and downs. It's going to be some hard times. It's going to be some rough things. It don't mean that y'all got to hurt each other. And if you do, it means that the same way you have fights with your brother, do you cut them off? You have one fight, you got one argument, or they do something, one thing that your brother don't like, your sister that they don't like, and you cut them off, you get away from them just because they hurt your feelings. That's not how you have to do it. You understand? Now, I ain't saying they try to kill you, that you're supposed to, love them forever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's little misunderstandings or things that happen in the life or relationship that you choose where it just didn't go as you planned it. Okay, but you still got a partner right there. My point is to never let anybody take that away from you, because the same ones who they want you out here single and want you, it's the same thing I'm telling y'all about certain things that I'm observing from these communities where they'll tell people to turn away from God and then they throw them out here and they have nothing. And they broke you up with God. Now you and God broke up. You don't have nobody. And now you out here by yourself. And then you can't even call on them. You call on them and they like, well, shit, go within. Nigga, go within. I was better off where I was at. What do you mean go within? I don't know what that means. Or you just got to go within. Nigga, I'm already within. You know what I'm saying? I want to understand more than just this inside thing. Where's my correspondence? Well, shit, I don't know what to tell you. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, well, if you want to, just go back and believe with God. I was okay right there anyway. You told me there was something good out here, and then you don't even know what's out here. You know, same thing they do. They tell you, oh, man, leave that girl, man, fuck her. And then you leave her, and now you sad. And you hanging out with your boys. You got your glass in the air. You ain't even grinning. You ain't smiling for none of the pictures. You out there, you kicking it with your folks, and then you know where you really want to be at. I've observed it like that. Niggas be all on their stories just trying to act like they just not hurt. Just doing all kind of shit just to do it out of spite. You understand? But the truth is you want to be with her. That's where you want to be. You understand? So listen to your heart. Don't listen to these people, and they're in a world of lawlessness. You understand? So you'll be able to take that journey as one, is my point. So as long as you don't let go of the rope, don't let go of the rope. Okay, you got to hold fast, hold on to the rope. For those of you who are coming from Islam, and the reason why I'm doing this room, because one of the sisters had a powerful question for me, and I felt so moved by the question that I wanted to do a whole room on it, okay? Because I feel her, and I know where she's coming from. And again, it's like, even when you realize that you have to do this, have to do that, just be more patient with yourself. Take yourself out, do something. Go get yourself something nice. You know, go to the movies, do something. You have to do something for yourself to remember that which is the appreciation. You know, when somebody gives you something, yo, I thank you for that. Somebody walk up to you right now and give you $100. Yo, thank you for me. Yeah, you. And it's appreciation. So the appreciation is an energy. When you go through certain things, you have to do things for yourself. Okay, let's say you get your heart broken, you have to go and do something for yourself. All right, because you deserve it. You went through whatever it is. You got to do something for yourself. It's gonna create the subliminal response of appreciation and gratitude. And it's not always easy for us to move our minds consciously into that state because of whatever we're going through at the time. I hope that makes sense. So do something for yourself. Go out, you know what I'm saying? Have a drink, whatever you need to do. And don't drown yourself, okay? But just appreciate you. Go out with a friend, whatever you need to do. Even if you need to rest, take some time to just rest. Turn your phone off. That helps. Turn your phone off. Get away from it. Go outside. Breathe. Remember that you feel. And you're not weak for feeling because you're a human being. You understand? Or at least you have a human vessel. So you hold on to the rope. In your Quran, those of you who are coming from the Muslim faith, all right, because it was a Muslim sister who was asking me that, right? I say in your Quran, if you go and turn to chapter 3, verse 103, you'll find where it says, hold firmly to the rope of Allah. And it brings you back around to what I was talking about earlier too, where it says all together, okay, when you hold on to that rope, not just holding on by yourself, you hold on all together and do not become divided. All right, what do we say to you? Do not become divided. Don't listen to the people. No, you make that on your own will. Do you know when it's time to part from someone? All right, what did they say in the scripture? Why would Jesus say depart from me? Why? Because they're workers of iniquity. So if you're dealing with someone who is a worker of iniquity, you can tell all they do is evil shit. All they do is lawless shit. And you're dealing with this, you don't have to put up with that. That's when you part. But when you cling on to someone and you become one flesh, or you become a mate, or you begin walking with each other, you hold on to that rope together and do not become divided. I don't want to hear all this, you know what I'm saying? You do you, I'll do me when it comes to us talking about what we have to do as a people either. All right, we say no division. You all are made up of the same things, same particles, same source energy, all of you, all of us. All right, so you're already set up as one. It's time to act as one. You got to move with the unified force, the life force, the Hayat force, the life force, which is the heart. I'm telling you, don't become heartless. Don't turn it off. It takes a village to raise a child. Mi casa es su casa. We are the world. Whatever you need. Unity. That's what we're waiting on. That's what we're looking for. Because once you do that, then we'll know that you fix what is within yourself. And then what? That's when the change comes. Because now we're on a different frequency. We're more open to life as we know it being enhanced versus it being destroyed and we celebrating it. You understand? So, and if you go back and read, I got the Quran chapter 3, verse 103 pulled up. It went on to say, and remember the favor of Allah upon you when you were enemies and he brought your hearts together and you became by his favor brothers. And you were on the edge of a pit of fire and he saved you from it. Thus does Allah make clear to you his verses that you may be guided. So for those of you who are looking out into this world and you're trying to see who is for me in this day and time, what do I do? I had a teacher who in high school, she was saying she had a daughter who at the time was 4 years old. She said her daughter, she said, I don't know who she's going to marry. You know what I'm saying? She told me, she's looking at these generations coming out. She said, I don't know who she's going to marry. She couldn't see it. She couldn't see it for her child. And of course, when you have children, I don't have any, but you know, when you have children, your perception of the world starts to change. You know what I'm saying? Your perception, your outlook on protection, your outlook on sexuality, all of that changes. You start moving in the realm of protecting that child from what's happening out here. You get what I'm saying? So that teacher who was teaching, she was a biology teacher. We used to have a whole lot of bills, you can imagine. All right. I remember one time I brought up to her, I said, hey, like I said, they say 6,000 years in this book, but your science book is telling me 4.5 billion years. Can you tell me which one is true? Like which one is said to be true? And she didn't want to go into it. She was scared to talk about it. I said, well, I'm just saying, one book says 6,000 years, and this book right here says 4.5 billion. So we used to add them bills like that. But anyway, the point is, she was already seeing that this world isn't set up to benefit her child on a dating frequency. She was seeing that already. I don't know who she's going to marry, but it's an important word also. Marry. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to know something and listen close to me. For all of you people who trying to figure out who am I going to marry and who do I walk with, I want you to hear me real close. And I don't want you to take offense. I want you to hear me, okay? Most of the people you've encountered in your life are of the devil. Most, if not all, the people you've encountered in your life, whether they chose it to be this way or they didn't know any better, they were just, look, they're in the world, they're of the devil. Some of them can't help it. They don't even know. They wouldn't be able to know it if it was staring them in their face that they was a part of that. You understand? But they're of their father, the opposition, the ones who came before them laid this lawlessness out, this reptilian overactivation, this reptilian brain overactivation that I tell y'all about. All right? And you don't have to hate them knowing that. That's one of the things, again, I'm just telling you that you have to be aware, or at least it helps to be aware that when you're looking for, you know what I'm saying, someone to walk with you, those of you who that applies to, what you're looking for is a grain of rice and a pool of cotton. Okay, or what they say, a needle in a haystack, which will tie you back to our conversation of yesterday with the straw and alchemy. All right, needle in a haystack, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever, something that's small. Like you're looking for a grain of sand, you know what I'm saying, a particular grain of sand that's supposed to be, I don't know, a little lighter than the rest. So it's not a lot of them. So that's not to discourage you though. Okay, I'm not saying, because you're saying you're looking for a man or a woman of God or a true light. This is supposed to be a true spiritual person, not just somebody who just coming out and saying it. You're looking for a true activated spiritual, God-loving, God-fearing, or Allah-revering person. That's what you're looking for. And that's not to discourage you. Again, it's just the truth. So now I'm going to tell you this, that you may have to take a much longer journey for those of you, all right? You have to take that journey alone, all right? A much longer journey than what you probably had already predetermined that you have to take, okay? It's going to be some lonely nights. You're going to have some stomach pains. You're going to have some chest pains. But these are all growing pains, all right? So you might have to lock in and say, Most High, I ask, you know, that you show me the way. Show me patarak, the way I'm supposed to take. And if it's me that needs cleansing, then cleanse me, okay? And walk me to my partner, or show me, or walk them to me. I don't want to do this by myself. These are things that you can, the same way people talking about, oh, you have to affirm and claim this. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for praying. You can pray. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do whatever you need to do. And you can, again, once you see it work, have more faith in it. Don't let anybody tell you away from it because it's working for some reason. And it's just you. I don't care what they want to tell you because they don't know what they're talking about. If it works for you, you pray to God. If it works for you, you pray to Allah. These are frequencies that your parents passed down to you. They're in your bloodline. There's power in it. Okay, the same affirmations people using, they get their affirmations from somebody on Google, or they get their affirmations from some spiritual teacher. If it works for them, it works for them too. So there's no reason to condemn and say you don't pray. No, pray. All right. And from then on, you focus, after you say, I don't want to do this by myself, you focus on your spiritual growth. Okay. You become more at peace with you. You got to exercise. You got to eat healthy. You go out, you socialize every now and then, go time to time, but you be on your guard. And I'm not saying be paranoid. But if your spirit says no, or if spirit says no, don't go that way, or don't do this, don't do that, that's what spirit meant. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always easy, but this is the science of dating. And I wasn't always no expert or anything like that, but I have wisdom, and it's always you who has the last say. No matter what you go through, it's always you who gonna have the last say. All right? So you pray, you meditate, you ask, you claim, you affirm, do all the things you need to do so that you'll be able to see clearly when that one is sent for you, because there's one for you. All right. Again, if you're coming from the Muslim faith, you know that. What they say in the Holy Quran about Allah Subhanahu wa Taala? When you say Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, you might heard people say that like Allah, the most glorified, the most high. All right, or Allah, the most exalted. Ta'ala. All right. Those are powerful tones. You understand? The source, all the love that moves through this realm. But what did it say in your Quran? It said you. All right. When it said the most wise, a Hakim. All right, Hakim, the most wise. What they say? Among those proofs is that he created for you spouses from among yourselves in order to have tranquility and contentment with each other. And he placed in your hearts love and care towards your spouses. How many people know or feel that you have soulmates that you haven't met, or you have multiple soulmates, or that person that you meet, you have a mate with them that they're your soulmate, and you feel that they were there already as a twin flame or whatever you want to call it. You have an instant connection with them. You call it love at first sight. Okay? How many people know that their soulmate is somewhere on the other side of the world, When you ever seen the memes? They say my soulmate is somewhere trying to find their keys and can't find it. You know what I'm saying? Poor soulmate. You know what I mean? There's someone here for you. The dating scene is so cloudy and so foggy that people start getting discouraged. No, there's someone here for you. But the point is, there's something trying to tell you something too. This ain't for you. If you ain't getting along, if the dating scene ain't for you, if it's crashing around you and you keep trying to this, that, and the third, you run around here, one night stand here, it's just not for you. You probably need to be your ass somewhere married, walking down the aisle, looking at somebody, seeing them as beautiful or handsome, whichever side you're standing on, all right, or whatever words you want to use. All right, you looking at somebody and you're saying, "Wow, I've never seen anyone or been in a moment that was as beautiful as this." And you give your vows and you connect to each other and you say, "Until death do us what? Part." That's you cleaving on. And a ceremony is what you have at that point, where now you're dealing with each other on the level of, "I'm gonna walk with you." Okay, I don't know everything there is to know about you, but I know what I do know. I know that I want to walk with you, and I want you to walk with me. You understand? And our pledge should be this. And that's why when people start breaking their vows, it's like, nigga, that was a contract. You don't remember what you said. You said you was gonna be faithful. You said that you was gonna stick with this one person. You start breaking your vows. You know what I mean? Instead of admitting it, hey, look, I need to talk to you. I don't know if I can keep these vows. You know what I'm saying? We might want to renew some shit. Because this ain't working. I don't know if I can do this, though. I know I signed up for it, but can we rediscuss the terms of the contract? Because it's a ceremony. You're coming together in a contract. You're binding to each other. Binding. People talk about religion means binding. What you're really saying is that anything when it comes... So what's in a religion? The only reason why you will say that, not just because of the etymology or tying you back to a word of bind, what you will really be saying is that there's a contract involved. If we make a covenant with you, we say, if you do this, then we'll do this. That's a contract. You know what I'm saying? If then. You do this, I'll do that. We'll keep our part, and I'll keep my part. If I say you got to correct what's within yourselves, and then I'll show up, that's what you got to do. Don't keep asking me when I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? You got to fix what's inside you. I'm not pulling up until y'all do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why niggas say, yo, you want to go with, if you want, all right, fine, I'll let you go with me. But it's an all-white affair. You got to have all white when I come get you. They pull up, you got on this black outfit and say, nigga, I couldn't find no white. So I gave you 3 weeks to go and buy some white. If you didn't have $1 to go get it, you could have asked, you could have raised money to the fund, whatever you wanted to do. You could have asked me to help you go get some white, but you didn't do that. You never reached out to me. So now I show up and I'm saying, okay, bring me all your people who ready to go to this all-white affair. Who has on their all-white? And everybody looking around, all these people got all these different colors. And then one person step out from behind, I got it, and he gets to the car, and y'all mad at him. No, we told you, put on your all-white raiment and be prepared for the wedding of the Lamb, okay? Be prepared for the wedding of the Lamb. Everything we dealing with is contract. Everything we dealing with is law. Don't try to make people think religion is binding means it's bad. No, it's just a contract. Ain't nothing else that every ritual you do is a contract that you're making with your timeline. And you renew that every day and you keep it up in cycles or in terms, as we call it, which is a timeline, a time period. If you do a term in the office, a time period. You understand? So all these people are on one accord, and you got to realize that, and then they'll be able to vibrate that way. You get what I'm saying? So be on your lookout is my point for your, when you're going through your solo journey, okay, of growth. Be on the lookout. And that way you won't miss it. I remember I was in school, right? I had this cool ass teacher, nigga named Mr. Garner, all right? Cool ass teacher. He was a white guy. And he showed us this video. And the video that he showed us was like this person was walking past in the street. It was 2 white people. They walking. One had a phone in their hand, and another one was walking past. And she locked eyes with him. It was a man and a woman. She locked eyes with him and asked him for directions to somewhere. And he said, "Yeah, you know, I can help you." And he helped her find what she was looking for. And they got each other's number, all right. And then they kept walking. And the next scene is they dating. The next scene they having children. Next scene they done spent years in marriage. You know, they went their whole long life of love and happiness, all these memories flashing by of everything that they were able to do together. But then at the end of the video, it went right back to the beginning. At the end, it went to the beginning of the video when they were standing there on the street and she's walking past. But instead of him having his head up to see her, he had his head in his phone. All right, he wasn't paying attention, and she walked right past him. All of those memories walked right past him. All of those potentialities and opportunities of how he could have been happy, what he would have been able to do, it walked right past him. All right, listen, I don't know who this is. Come on, somebody. I don't know who need to hear this, okay? But pick your head up, 2022. Get your head out the phone, 2022. Y'all be passing the bucket around. Nah, just playing. Hey, man, it's a blessing to be in the seat that I'm in because I'm so grateful for wisdom. And I'm so grateful that y'all have wisdom too to reflect on to me, and I'm grateful that wisdom moves through this realm. It's just a different type of gratitude. So my thing to y'all is pick your head up, okay? Literally, keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Pick your head up, keep your head up, and it gets better with time. And you're gonna go through, y'all know the spiel. You go through the hardship, you know that already. But don't turn your heart off. Don't ever do that. Okay? You better find somebody and you better love them like you never loved before. Said some things that I didn't mean to you, and I wish that I could take it back. I know how much my words can mean to you. I'm sorry, baby. Said some things that I didn't mean to you, and I wish that I could take it back. I know how much my words can mean to you. I'm sorry, baby. I said some hurtful things to you, but that's not what I think of you. My pride inside would let me say I'm sorry, but that changes today. You said some things that I could take, 'cause I'm a man with harder to break. I turned around and cut you deep. You cried that night because of me. Should've knew better, but I wasn't thinking how my words will make you feel. But I make mistakes, so let's just keep it real. You're still everything I told you that you were to me. And even though you hurted me, I can't pretend like you weren't there for me. Said some things that I didn't mean to you, and I wish that I could take it back. I know how much my words can mean to you. I'm sorry, baby. Said some things that I didn't mean to you, and I wish that I could take it back. I know how much my words can mean to you. I'm sorry, baby. All right? And you love them with whatever pace you have to move. I'm not saying it's just, hey, I love you, and just start loving somebody out of nowhere random. But you love somebody, okay? If you start it and you do it, somebody else going to do it, it will rectify this situation. Because I know way too many people, they heartless, but deep inside, and I know them. I'm like, yo, you ain't even no thug. I was just sitting in the car with one of these sisters, and we talking, and I hadn't seen her in 2 years, and she didn't even realize it. I said, yeah, it don't seem like 2 years, huh? She said, damn, it has been 2 years. I said, yeah, you got to keep up with time because it's speeding up. I said, look, how's that thug thing going for you? Because she was saying that she had to turn herself into a thug and be hard. And I remember her saying that, she said, nobody wants to do that. No girl wants to really be hardcore. No girl, she said, every girl that she know, they just want to exist in their femininity. They want to be soft. They want to be loved. They want to be sweet. They want all the shit the 90s shit. That's what girls want. That's what she was explaining. All right. And I asked her, I said, well, how's the thug shit going for you? And she started laughing. I said, right. I said, it's not you. I said, but I get why you feel like you have to do it when you're dealing with these people, but it ain't you. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing to you. Don't turn your heart off. You know who you want to be. You know how you want to be. Find somebody and you love them. And focus, whatever it takes. Now, you might find somebody they so locked in, maybe they can't, maybe they ain't able to go out or do all these other things right now. Maybe they busy. Maybe they locked in. That means you should get busy. That means you should lock in. You know what I'm saying? And you align yourself in that way. But I'm not saying to change your whole life for somebody else either. I'm just saying don't be afraid to love. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Don't be afraid of it, though. Don't walk away from it, because people that are not in love right now, they hurting. They doing all this stuff, making it seem fun. But like they say about the highlight reel, that's not. You see this person, they done took this hit, and they done scored a touchdown. Everybody, woo, everybody cheering and shit. You didn't see the fucking rib cage split. You didn't see all of the rehabilitation of the bones and all. You didn't see any of that they had to go through. Okay, so that's what it is. People are not happy, y'all. And my frequency, yeah. Ooh, 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 fuck it up for me. Yeah. I'm in that green line. Show me your good side. Nah. Oh, say, with you. Oh, say,
sundown. Too many lies that came true. 1,000 death for coward die. Having fun, the hour fly. Magic one, power vibe. Show me where my God is here. Mirror, mirror on the wire, shining like a chandelier. 9 p.m. notified. Meet her there, then beat her there. Later lost, you see it clear. Bust it in and plead to feel like, ooh, 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 ooh. Fuck it up for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm in that gun line. Show me your good side. Nah, 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 nah. Oh, say, will. Oh, say, will. Tell me you love me.
Know a lot of these people, they're not happy. All right, they fighting demons. As a little meme was going on. They fighting demons. Okay, so you read books like I'm gonna tell you, remind you of a book that came out in 1992 by John Gray, and it was called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Okay, and it deals with all the different ways men and women communicate. Okay, so you do what you must. Don't turn your heart off. It's just a trick of the world. And I tell you, it takes more courage to love than to turn your heart off. So don't listen to this heartless wave of music. There's a song called Heartless. It's got the fuck love movement. All right, it was somebody that came to me with a clothing brand that was like that. I hope they didn't take offense to it, but it just didn't align with my brand. They wanted to sponsor me clothing. And the clothing was saying fuck love. I said, I can't do that. I would love some new clothes. I ain't have a lot of clothes. I still don't got a lot of clothes. And I was looking at it like, damn, that's crazy. I would love it. This shit is fresh. But it's not my brand. I stand on love. I hope you don't I had to explain this. I hope you don't take offense to this, but I can't wear this because I come in love. And if I put on, I don't care how nice it look, I put this on, I'm standing behind lawlessness. We need love. This is not something to be disregarded. It's dangerous to disregard love. Then what do we have after love is gone? You get what I'm saying? That's why that music Soul Child love. Another fun fact, if you never heard me say it before, Talib, who you call Music Soul Child, he used to be with us on Tama Ray, right? He made that song for Malachi York, and he performed it on Tama Ray. And I don't know if you'll be able to find it, but I know you can find pictures of him and Malachi York standing together, though. I know you can find that if you want to. Dr. York, Music Soul Child. But N.D.I.R.E. too. Ready for Love, all them songs, yeah, the dedications to Malachi York, all right? Energies that was dedicated to Malachi York. What was the song? Lauryn Hill. Tell him, be all right. It'll be all right. What's another song? She had a few of them had different. The Killing Me Softly, right? I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. What you say? And so I came to hear him and listen for a while. What you say? I can't remember all the lyrics, but and there he was, this young wise stranger to my heart. But she was saying that she felt he read her found her letter and read each word aloud. Man, Malachi was known for doing that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot. I know this might sound like, you got to really go look up how many people have dedicated music to Pops and to the movement and came from out of that movement. Okay? But Music Soul Child was the song he got, Love. Remember the chorus that he said, so many people use your name in vain. Love. But those who have faith in you sometimes fall astray. Right through all the ups and downs of joys and hurt. But he said, what? I still would choose you first. Now, it goes both ways because Pops was going through that. They use his name in vain. You know what I'm saying? And those who have faith in him, they sometimes went astray. A lot of them left us. A lot of them left the land. A lot of them left us hanging. You know what I'm saying? But he said, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts, for better or worse, I still would choose you first. Talib was saying, no matter what happens, he gonna walk with us. He gonna walk with Malachi, no matter what happens. But there was a lot of people in the industry who was turning away from him. A lot of the people y'all know about, they turned their back on him. And after he performed it, Malachi went up to him and gave him this big ass hug in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because he looked at him, Talib like a son as well. It was a major thing. I remember my Umi was there. She was pregnant. She's standing in the front. It was a big thing because she couldn't see. So she went and stood up in the front. And everybody like, why she get to do that? Because my mama was just different. And nobody didn't say nothing to her. Nobody came and touched her, none of that. And she was standing right there. And Music had looked at her. And he was like looking at her kind of shocked because she was standing right up there in the front. You know what I'm saying? But he kept singing. And he was singing it. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, I couldn't see. Like she mouthed it to him. I couldn't see. You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing to see how all this is planned out. So Don't turn away from love. We need love. You know what I mean? Now, if anything you want to learn with another song came out, Teach Me How to Love. Start listening to it. That's why I subscribe or prescribe that book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. You know, really who need to read that book is men more than women. Okay? Because what I've observed is women don't really have a hard time understanding how we think. Right. They'll sit amongst each other and talk about how men think. You know what I'm saying? It's the men. Like, we don't really know how they think. I'm not saying every woman understands how we think. I'm saying that most of them do. And they don't really have a problem getting our language. They can hear everything inside of our language and outside of our language. But it'll be us who's sitting amongst them who we can't understand that they're talking without opening their mouth, or all the things that they're saying that they're not saying with their mouth. You understand? So I would tell men, especially if you are trying to figure this thing out, it helps to have those types of books under your belt. It's just wisdom that somebody else came across that does apply. And a lot of people have applied it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important to read these books or get them. So my point is, don't feed into the trick. Don't turn your heart off, okay? Now, before we get up out, I did want to crack open Malachi York's book, Marriage Ceremony. And let me tell you something. After you get out of here, and as a matter of fact, do it right now. Take note of it. Dr. York, Marriage Ceremony book. And it's an important book because it was really only for the Holy Tabernacle Ministries. I don't really know who put this on Scribe. Tabernacle Ministries, if you had degrees within that school, that was for you. That book was for you. Like the AEO books, you can find some of the ancient Egyptian order books. A lot of the brothers and sisters was upset about that because that's like you putting Masonic passwords out on the internet, or Masonic books out on the internet that they didn't, you know, saying approve of, saying or break it down every level of ritual, or every password that's being given, every grip that's being gripped, everything you're supposed to say, every thing that said this and not meaning that. If you put a book out like that, it's like it could be problematic for the Masons because who gave you permission to do that? To sit here and break down the whole process of going through the initiation. Now, I didn't do that. I did a book breaking down the science, but I didn't even do that. Go through all the process of the initiation, all of that. Nah. But again, people put these books out. So what I tell you is to take note of Malachi York Marriage Ceremony. All right. And that book, it will explain further what I'm talking about. And for the sister who had the question, I really want to tell you to get that book because it's like it's almost like it's perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? And take your time. If you still hear me, if you still here, take your time. You know what I mean? Just take your time. You know what you have to do. You take your time. So real quick, we'll read a little bit from it. And then we'll go ahead and do our, actually, damn, I didn't even see y'all in here tearing up the chat. My bad, y'all.
The hottest R&B instrumentals, you gotta holler at Robin Wesley Productions. It wasn't long ago when we sang songs to wrestle our worries to sleep. See, there was a time, a little friend of mine trading love by the only tree. Who says that we can't see the end of both streets? Is it ever too late to retrieve what belongs to me? Everybody thinks there's always time, and see, everybody thinks they're not behind. Baby, it's me, and I wonder, do you think of me? Am I a seed? Have you planted me in your fantasy? 'Cause I always dream of you, but I never reach out to you. I always think of you, the only G in my everything. I always dream of you. I'll be alone till you come to me. I'm always thinking of you, the only tree in my everything. Ago when we stayed gone to settle our worries in peace. See, there was a time, a little lemon lime, trading love by the only tree. Too scared to breathe, baby. We didn't know we wouldn't get to create anything. Waited too long to see. Everybody thinks there's always time, and see, everybody thinks they're not behind. Baby, it's me. nights I left you, heading out trying to save this town. You're my heart at home, only reason why I stayed around. It's your determination, run it up, get the back full time. It's why I never wanna turn your station. Somebody tell the DJ rewind. You are the wind beneath my wings, like melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, hey, rain down. I believe in your soul, but it's what I know that's keeping me on this long. And while I play the drum, and change direction, let the melody arrange your spine. Today's a present, we're going forward to the ancient times. The soul in motion, you and I create the storm. I can feel it every time you love me. That's the reason why I play that drum. Take me in your arms and hold me close. You're the only one who knows this world will turn against me. Somebody tell me, where do angels go when they set the world on fire? Maybe won't it feel great to be home when they turn the world against me? Baby girl, just stay by the phone. Fill me with your precious Holy Ghost. Tell the God that made you to rain down on me. What a quiet storm to know that love is true. You are the wind beneath my wings, like melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, hey, rain down. I believe in your soul, but it's what I know that's keeping me on this long. And while I play that drum, and change direction, let the melody arrange your spine. Today's a present, we're going forward to the ancient times. The soul in motion, you and I create the storm. I can feel it every time you love me. That's the reason why I play that drum. Take me in your arms and hold me close. Rain down on me, hey, rain down on me. What a quiet storm to know that love is true. Fill me with your precious Holy Ghost. Melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, hey, rain down. I believe in your soul, but it's what I know that's keeping me on this long. And while I play that drum, ba 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 ba. That's the reason why I play that drum.
They can't fuck with it. They can't fuck with it. No, that ain't out yet. I'm gonna put it out though. So these are secret weapons, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, folks ain't even heard, man. I'm talking about twin. They ain't ready. That's the reason why I play that drum.
In the middle of summer, the rain was pouring all night. Said, pretty baby, did you know that the sun was a celebrity? And it shine over lovers' favor. The minute, the hearts intertwine. Just a minute, had to figure it out. Was more lucid than a loving, kissing and hugging. Do you feel me gripping in the tugging? Hold on, oh, let's be dreaming on. And on 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 and on. Come on, baby, show me your loving. Take me along for the ride. Come on, baby, show me your loving. Take me along for the ride. Come on, baby,
Said, did you know that the sun was a celebrity? Stop playing with that poet. Say, pretty baby, did you know that the sun was a celebrity?
Yeah, it's been poppin'. Lord's vibe is so good.
Cannot be fucked with. Cannot be fucked with. These niggas can't even handle me, and I'm just rapping. They don't even know I'm a whole rock artist. I'm a whole country artist. I'm a whole R&B artist. Y'all niggas ain't got, but just have a seat, strap in, grab a bib, and find out what the fuck finna happen to y'all niggas, man. This shit is what it is. It's what it is, all over again. Just on a whole different level. They like, man, this nigga think he the hardest rapper. I'm coming for Linkin Park too. I'm coming for all these niggas. Everybody. Shit, I'm gonna start calling out the gospel community. Y'all motherfuckers can't make praise music harder than I can. I'm trying to tell y'all. They think this shit a joke. This ain't no fucking joke, nigga. I'm here to war. This shit is until it's over with. I'm here to go to war. I came for the classical. Best thou run thine pockets, brother. Shit, nigga. I want everybody. God damn it. Let me find out it's a genre I ain't heard about yet. I'll be over there too. What you doing here? What you doing here? Nigga, I'm the god of arts. This is my shit. Thank you. I'll take that up off you. And nigga said, they looked down on me and they lost their balance. They wonder why I came to get them, whoa. Roses, they smell like shit. You laid your flower bed, now lay in it. They looked down on me and they lost their balance. March on, pretty little liar with your pants on fire. Nah, 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 nah. Talk on, you know you're not nothing but a freedom rider. Nah, 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 nah. Red, white, blue. It's a reason we don't like guys like you, say. You don't keep your promises, you're a heartbreaker. La, la, 2, 3, na, 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 na. I can't hear you. You lie to me. Come on, stop playing around with him. How would you even play with him? God bless America, but what did God say? Na, 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 na. I can't wait, boy. Cannot wait.
For the hottest R&B instrumentals, you gotta holler at Robin Rapid Production. You can't touch me, baby. It's not just me here tonight. On a little red carpet, you can't touch me now. No stop, no way, no how. Didn't come to make friends, I'm just here to dance. Had your chance on a little red carpet. You can't stop me, can I stop? Will I stop me now? Just a way to get down on a little red carpet. You can't stop me, can I stop? Will I stop me now? Just a way to get down on a little red carpet. Just watch me, baby. Woo! You just get a surprise. I don't wanna pay for flights. On my way to where my love is to take all night. Don't give me no fight. You know I just don't want a little red carpet. Woo! Can't stop me. Can I stop? And will I stop me now? Just a way to get down on a little red carpet. You can't stop me. Can I stop? Will I stop me now? Just a way to get down on a little red carpet. Just watch me, baby. You might just get a surprise. I don't wanna pay for flights. On my way to where my love is to take all night. Don't give me no fight. On a little red carpet. Stop playing with that boy. He a radio. That boy on radio. That boy every channel. Smooth jazz. You are now tuned in to the Quiet Storm. Yeah, it is. Stop fucking with me, man. Fellas, grab your ladies. You got a secret admirer. He's hoping to find your love for all time. You got a secret admirer. He's hoping to find true love for all time. Baby, you know, do you know? I watched you walk so fine as wine. Baby, you know, do you know? If he comes to get you off my mind, I had to think it sometime. When I look into your eyes, I don't wanna be blind. 'Cause I know at the end of the day, you're not mine. You're not my mind. Secret admirer. Stop playing. He's hoping to find your love for all time. Got a secret admirer. A secret. He's hoping to find. Hoping to find it. Your love for all time. Yeah. Can't let it go. I want so hard, but I cannot deny. Let you know. I wish I could turn back the hands of time. I had to break it sometimes. It's a magical rhyme that you passed on my mind. 'Cause I know at the end of the day, you're not mine. You're not my mind. Secret admirer. He's hoping to. Got a secret admirer.
Turn it.
Hey, baby girl. Do you know I've been watching you?
Y'all don't hear the talking part. Y'all don't hear it.